Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG that we know and love as Fifi La Pew Pew. You might know it's a leFhy, a leaf blower, or a leHeffer. This one is located on the southeast spawn of Mountain Pass, and it's under the command of Targy. Well, Targy's a regular to our channel, and he's appeared in quite a few videos. In fact, he has his own playlist because he has appeared so many times. In fact, a lot of the regulars do, because they send in really good replays. We love to see them. Anyway, the Fifi, it's got a 105mm light field howitzer as its main armament. It's capable of doing 410 alpha, 53mm pen, and a 1.91 meters burst radius. Targy's not aiming at the enemy yet, but he will be as soon as one gets within range. And it appears that we've got an M10 RBFM who's appeared in our cap as an AFK. Okay, so no enemy in sight just yet that we can actually fire at. Or at least I think Targy may be busy on something. Yes, he's finally got his aim point out, and he's looking at one of those Jutus, the new Japanese tanks. In fact, there's a Juno on the enemy team on the other side, on the ice road. Oh, that was a direct hit. Well, that's interesting. Got a direct hit there on the tank next to the Jutu, which turned out to be a VK3001P. He's now aiming for the KV-1, trying to get the engine deck. Rounds out. Oh, now he hit somebody, but I don't think it was the KV-1. He actually fired a heat round in that direction. In fact, he's loading a heat round right now. This is one of the few Arty that actually has 3 different types of ammunition. I know some Arty do have more than one type of round, but the characteristics of the Fifi ammunition has not been changed ever since they brought in the HD maps. And he's trying to get a solution on some of these enemy tanks. He was having to waggle his mouse about quite a bit there. Okay, we're trying to get that, what was it, Jutu there? I think he's on that position. Rounds out. And he got a direct hit. No explosions, so he got hit. Can't see him, but we know he's there. And he fires in another round, but that one doesn't hit him. He's got to lead the OI just a little. And the OI knew a shell was inbound, so he actually took preventative action. But he can now take a round onto the OI from a different direction. Yep, that got a hit. Now he's loading the heat rounds again. Going for the OI. Line up the shots. Rounds out. Well, that one definitely hit, but it didn't go through the armor. In fact, I suspect it got stopped at the tracks. So he's fired another one in, and don't look away. I keep saying this to people who send their replays in. Please do not look away after you fire, otherwise we cannot see what you did with the shell. And if you look away, we'll have to say, no, we won't accept your replays anymore because they won't show what's going on in the battle. You can see that the shells have actually hit the boobies on that OI because they've both got penetration marks, or at least marks showing that the tank was hit. They may not be actual penetrations, but they do show you where the shells impacted. Okay, he's gone back to firing standard HE now. Rounds out. Looks good. Direct hit. Now you can see the importance of spotting. Our teammates aren't spotting at the moment, so he's having to fire based on what he believes is going on. He's also having to violently shake his mouse to try and get it to work. I'm wondering what's gone wrong with his equipment. Well, he's firing under the bridge at the Jutu, and he did get a direct hit there as well. Fires another one in. No, he's moved on from that position. At the moment, it's a bit annoying because most of the shells he's firing are hitting tanks that are well in cover. The OI came out of cover from around the corner. Now he's getting hit because he's getting spotted. And that's another direct hit. Next shot should kill the OI if it impacts. Yes, it does. So he's out the game and he's got his first kill. But I'm a little concerned that targy has started looking away after he fires. As I say to many other players who do this, if you keep doing it, we'll just have to discard your replays and say, I'm sorry, can't do your videos because you keep looking away all the time. And you'd never do that in the tank. You'd never look away in the tank because you need to see if you hit the target to know if you've got to fire again at that spot. Okay, well that guy's gone down. The bad news is we're 2 down on the enemy, and for some reason targy is shaking his mouse a lot, far more than usual. And he's also he's looking away to the right after he fires each time. I think there's something wrong with his equipment. Fires again. Doesn't normally look away like this, targy. Don't know why he's picked this up. Oh, got a bit of damage there. 109 hit points off the 45 TP. But that guy is still coming on, and he could be a severe danger to us. Go for the Mitsui. Yes, hit him on the engine deck and tracked him. Now, you need to get another shot in there as quickly as you can. Rounds out. That's a direct hit. Well, the annoying thing is the M10 did come to life, but now he's got to face a 45 TP. The good news is that the 45 TP is so concerned about the tanks that he's ignoring us, and we've just taken out the Mitsu, and the 45 TP went down to our teammates. So now we're firing rounds on the other enemy tanks as they come in. We're 2 up on us still, but he can get a hit. Yes, another good hit. And the bush worked in our favor, so we used the bush mechanic at a distance so he can do it again. And this time round he goes down. So that's 3 kills now for targy. KV1, he's a one-shot, but he didn't get the right spot, so it didn't pen. But he can get it with the next round if he pushes it. Oh! Well, he fires the round in anyway, but they're now equalized. We've got 3 tanks left on either team. The enemy team's got 1 Arty and 2 tank destroyers. We've got 1 Arty and a tank destroyer and a heavy tank. The good news is that the M10 and the Juno are still fairly healthy. In fact, the health of all the vehicles is about the same because targy did not get hit. But that's a bit of news as well. The Juno just got taken out, so now we do have an advantage. Now, this Arty is not particularly fast. It can only go 28 kilometers an hour. It can't fire over the entire range of the map as well. A lot of people think that it can. It cannot. The range is just slightly short of the entire range of the map, which means you have to move a little closer to the center of the map if you actually want to get in all places and hit all places in the map. At the moment, everyone's going to stay here on the cap area and wait for the enemy to come to them. I'm not so sure that's the right action to take. We know that the enemy have got a Giro and a Gorilla. Now, if we look at the... it was a tier 7 and with tier 5 tanks in it. If we look at the... if I look at the right, press the right key, there we go. In fact, we can see the Giro is as equally healthy. And there he is. He actually managed to sneak past the M10. We're dialing in. Oh, one-shot kill. The Giro goes down. He turned his rear to attack the M10, and in doing so, he gave us the weak spot. And that means targy now has 4 kills. Now, as I say, the enemy Arty is a Gorilla. Tier 5 German SPG. He's probably on his way. Now, that's the Arty that was based on the Hetzer hull, but like most of the Marders were, most of the tank destroyers. It's the same hull that was used for the Panzer Ackland ICT, or the Leitviz 38T, which is actually the Czech tank made at the Pilsen plant. Both guys going up towards the enemy cap. Targy's decided to move, but he's a little slow. Of course, the Fifi is made from the Shure B1, with a 105mm light field howitzer mounted on top of it. That was the most produced gun during the most produced German gun during the Second World War, actually. Not the 88, not any of the others, the 105mm light field howitzer. It's because it was a gun from the First World War, or at least it was designed in the First World War, and it was a very efficient gun and was used as the standard field artillery for the German forces. Of course, one of the best things about this little Arty is it does have a phenomenal view range, 390 meters. And we're trying to persuade Wargaming to bring it back into sale because it is a premium. It can be in the gift shop. Oh, he's been spotted. He's been spotted. Somebody saw him and he's weaving. And there's the enemy Arty. And he misses. And now that means that the advantage goes to targy because he can dial in. He's auto-aiming in, actually, on the enemy target. And one shot wins the game for targy in the Fifi La Pew Pew. Here's the end of battle result, and that was an ace tanker game for targy of 3 RTR in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up with 5, which is 1 short of a Top Gun and 1/3 of the enemy team. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 15, and his win rate from the game was 11,675, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he got the highest damage in the game on his team, but not the highest damage overall. The high caliber actually went to the 45 TP on the enemy team with 3,151 hit points. Second highest damage went to targy with 2,597. And the third highest damage went to the G2 on the enemy team with 2,525. When it came to kills, it was, targy got that one. 5 kills to him. 4 kills to the 45 TP on the enemy team, 3 kills to the Junu on his own team, who also picked up a Confederate. And when it came to base XP, targy got that one too. 1,295 base experience points, 1,144 went to the Junu, and 934 went to the KV2. So 2 players managed to get over 1,000 base, and targy got the highest, which means he got the top in 2 of the columns, but just missed out on the third one to the 45 TP. He fired 37 rounds, so still had 13 rounds left at the end of the game. 19 direct hits on the enemy, 3 penetration shots, and 20 splash. Damage of 2,597, of which 1,526 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see it was a lot of close aim action on the hill with the tanks that were trying to capture the cap area. And thanks to those bushes being there, they actually stopped the enemy tanks from actually seeing him while he was firing from the bushes just a short distance away. So they didn't see him and they didn't actually fire at him, and he kept him alive. In previous battles, before they made the changes to the map, it was very likely that if an enemy Arty or an Arty who was hiding in those bushes fired on the enemy, they were spotted straight away and wiped out. So it is actually, these changes are good for Arty. If we look to the figures to see who actually did get penetrated, well, the Gorilla got penetrated in that game. Yep, because it was a fully dialed in shot. He did it by auto-aim, actually, auto-aimed on, and the Gorilla didn't move, which was a mistake on the Gorilla's part. He should have moved to make sure that the targy was constantly having to change his aim. I don't believe he penetrated the OI, no, not showing any penetrations there. He did penetrate the VK3001P up on the ice road, and I believe he also penetrated the Mitsu. No, he didn't do that one, or the 45 TP, or the KV1, but the G-Road, the one he hit in the rear, that one went right through his rear doors. 318 hit points from one shot, which wiped him out completely. So a very good game there from targy. Let's have a look at the rest of the details. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, that was the Gorilla. 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, 85 hit points of damage assistance. He earned a profit of 51,741 credits from that game. He did get a 50,000 mission completion, and he also got 4,662 experience points out of it as well. So a decent game, yeah, it was a decent one, considering the changes they've made to the map, but it showed that he did do the right thing to go up the ice road even though the other guys had decided to go to the cap. And because they killed all the enemy tanks in the end, they got the bonus. And I guess the gorilla probably thought to himself, if he hid there in the corner, nobody would find him, and then the team wouldn't get the bonus, and he'd still be alive at the end of the game. So they'd probably cap out without getting anything. And potentially, he could have actually popped out from his little hiding hole and fired a few rounds at his own cap area, although I think he might have been out of range to do that. But he might have been able to do that to get a reset and pick up a defender. You never know. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.